All right. Hey, everyone on YouTube. So excited to have you here. We are diving into the four major updates on Etsy for 2025 and really the four ways to change your shop today. So, I do encourage you to come over to our actual workshop in our classroom, but we will share this screen so you can participate as well. We will put the link to join the classroom in the chat here. Here we go. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Amazing. All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome. Let me know in the chat where you're from. So happy to have you here. Really, really excited for this. Our first class for September. Really glad to have you here. Excited to dive into all the updates and everything. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you. Minnesota, Tulsa, Virginia, North Carolina, Illinois. Wow. This is great. So excited to jump into these updates. Let us know where you're from in the chat. Also, let us know if you have an Etsy shop or if you don't. Curious what your Etsy situation is. All right. So we're going to dive into everything right now. The four major updates in 2025, four ways to change your shop today. And these are things that you can take action with right after this training. All right. And also make sure to stick with me here before you create any new listings. These are changes you're going to want to be making to your shop now versus waiting. So these are changes you should be making to your shop now. Don't create new listings. And by the end of the session, you should really have clarity on these four rule changes that Etsy quietly rolled out, and you'll know exactly how to use each one to protect your shop, to increase your visibility, and to grow smarter in 2025 and 2026. And we have a special treat for you. Actually, if you stay until the end here, the end of this training, we will be giving you a bundle, and it's really a great tool for you to use and something for you to download and take with you. It's kind of like a mini course bundle PDF that you can take with you, and everyone who stays until the very end will have access. We'll be dropping it right in the chat. All right. All right. Perfect. So just to get an idea here, I would love for you to put a 1 in the chat if you have already made at least one sale on Etsy. Okay. And then if you're just getting started on Etsy, you haven't made any sales yet, put a 2 just so I can understand where you're coming from. Okay. So 1 if you're just starting. Okay. You've made a sale. So 1, you've made a sale. 2, you're just getting started and you don't have any sales. Okay. We have a very even mix today, so this is great. So also, while you're here, I want you to go ahead and take any excuses that might be in your mind right now and put them aside, because a lot of us, we might be telling ourselves excuses as to why we won't be successful, why, it's not worth riding the wave of the Etsy updates, why Etsy's too hard to keep up with. But put these excuses aside. If you're telling yourself today, I don't have enough time, don't worry. You don't need a ton of time. It's literally something you can do within an hour a day. You just have to make it a priority. If you're like, I don't know if Etsy is going to work for me, okay, it will if you trust the process and follow through and don't quit, right? Quitting is the only way to fail here. What if you fail, right? What if you're thinking, oh, I might fail at this though? Okay, you just have to keep learning and adjusting instead of quitting or doing the same thing that's not working and hoping that it works. Okay, so that's the only way to fail here. And then what if you waste money? What if you waste money on Etsy? What if you waste time on Etsy? Time is money, essentially. So what if you waste money? What if you waste your time? You guys, I once invested 20,000 in learning from Alex Hormozy, and I'll tell you, it was the scariest thing I ever did. And at the time, now in hindsight, it's like, wow, that was the best decision I ever made. But it's scary to invest, even if it's just time into something. It's scary to invest that time if you don't know if it will work out. So just remember, the only way to fail is to quit or to keep doing the wrong things. Okay. All right. So go ahead and comment me in the chat whether you have an Etsy shop or if you don't have an Etsy shop. But if you've ever thought, am I missing something in the shop? Go ahead and put me. If you've ever thought, is my shop broken? Should I just start over? Go ahead and put me. Or if you've ever thought, or maybe you're thinking today, why am I stuck and other people are growing right now? Go ahead and put me in the chat if that is you. Okay, these are very normal feelings, very normal questions, and it's exactly why you're here today. Okay, you're in the right place if you can relate to any of those things. Those are problems we are solving. Okay, now I've talked to, gosh, well over 10,000 Etsy sellers over the last couple of years, and I have noticed a common theme, but specifically right now, we're in the middle of the year, I've noticed a very common theme as to why Etsy sellers are still struggling. And these, let me know which one you identify with. Number one, your business strategy is binge watching random YouTube videos. That's one reason you might be struggling. Number two, you're relying on what worked for you last year to carry you this year. Is anyone doing that? Put number two. And number three, you're being too patient. You're thinking if you keep doing what you're doing, it will suddenly start working. Are you trying to be patient with your shop right now and hoping that something starts working? Put number three. Let me know which one of these you identify with, but these are the three biggest problems that I'm seeing. You're relying on YouTube, relying on what worked last year, which is not what's going to carry you this year, and you're being way too patient. And this is a time where I'm going to give you permission to be impatient, permission to want to see results this month. Okay. And if you're new to me, if we have not met before, my name is Dylan Jahraus. I've been in e-commerce for over 13 years. I scaled my own Etsy shop to over $1 million in profit. And this is before I ever started teaching Etsy. I actually didn't think I would be ever teaching Etsy to other people. I thought I would just keep doing it for myself. But I went on to build a coaching company of 47 team members. We've helped over 4,000 Etsy sellers, and they generate over $27 million a month in combined total revenue. I also launched Etsio, which is an SEO tool to help Etsy sellers get discovered and grow faster instead of guessing. So SEO is really one of our big areas of expertise, but that is my background. I came from the corporate world. I worked for some big companies, Zappos and Zulily. I'm also a mom, and I was a military spouse, and Etsy actually retired my husband from the military. So that is my background. That is where I'm coming from. And everything I'm teaching you today is rooted in corporate e-commerce principles. Right. Now, it wasn't always rainbows and butterflies. I'll say I almost quit Etsy several times. I actually forgot I had a shop because I was seeing such little results. Have any of you been in that point where you go through seasons where you forget you have an Etsy shop because sales aren't happening? That was me in my first 2 months. And I almost quit Etsy, not because I wasn't trying, but it's because things kept changing. And every time I felt like, okay, maybe I'm getting some momentum here, I'd be publishing listings and nothing would happen. But instead of quitting, I got curious and I started tracking what worked. I stopped guessing. I started taking everything from these, super high multi-million dollar companies, Zappos and Zulily, and putting that into Etsy and using it as a business platform. And right now, Etsy just announced some major changes for 2025, which is why you are here. We're going to go through the 4 things. Okay, my promise to you, because your time is valuable, all of our time is valuable, is that by the end of this training, you will learn the new money-making categories for big sales in 2025, the SEO title updates, how to fix your titles, this is a huge one, photo updates that will impact your traffic, and then 5 newly banned items that will get your shop shut down. Okay, now if you're thinking, I don't know if these strategies are going to work for me, I'm not sure. Maybe you are a high revenue shop or you're wanting to get to really high revenue. Here's some high revenue proof, right? These work for shops. This one got to over 90,000 a week. This guy, Chandler, last year only did 24K, on track for 160K this year. Alyssa, her goal was 10K months. She crossed 16K months. We have Stephanie. She actually went from 10,500 to now over 21,000 the next month. And she started with us a year ago when she was just doing a few $100s a month. And then Christina, actually, she does print on demand and digital. If you're curious, like, are these strategies going to apply to my category in my shop? Yes, I don't care what you sell. If you sell something for 99 cents or $15,000, these strategies work. Christina does a combination of digital print on demand. She went from about 2K a month to over 25,000 a month. And then Nikayla just had her second month over 10K. And let's say you're a brand new shop. Are you a brand new seller? You're like, ooh, are these too advanced for me? No, we're going to keep this simple because simple is profitable. Okay, here's some new shops, new sellers. You can see this person on the left. She went from 150 a month to over 800 a month, right? Baby steps. You can see Anna just had her second month over 4K. We have Jennifer crossed $1,000. That was her first goal. So whether you're beginner or advanced, these work for you. Here's some more beginners, right? This person just actually a day ago, she doubled her revenue from July to August and 6x from June to now since starting the program. Now she's over 3,600 a month. Jason, he is at nearly 9K, 58% increase in revenue. Ariana, back up over 10K revenue, over 15K revenue by the end of yesterday. Okay. And our success rate with these is 94%. So 94% success rate, which is huge for any type of program that relies on you doing work. And why this works right now, remember, Etsy is going to favor new listings that perform quickly. So we'll be talking about how to get the sales quickly when you publish something. AI is definitely shifting your visibility. So we're going to touch on that as well, especially when it comes to SEO. And then remember, this system positions you to win. Is anyone else very competitive? I'm like secretly extremely competitive and I want to crush the competition. Anyone else feeling the same way? Feel that way? Maybe you don't publicize that, but maybe you're like, I secretly really want to win. I want to be at the top of search. This system is going to position you to win. And you guys, there's only 22 days until Q4. Are you ready? Are you ready? We will also have time for questions, so don't worry about that. Save your questions. Yeah, be sending these for the question time. All right, let's first touch on the 2 new money-making categories to get sales. All right, anyone know what these are? Has anyone heard the news? All right, I am so excited about these because these are not just money-making categories, but these are high profit categories. High profit. I see people in the chat saying, what do they sell? What products do they sell? Let's get into these products. All right, the first category is hand-picked. Hand-picked listings can be super high margin, and it's one of my favorite categories if you are not crafty, if you're not creative, and you're simply trying to make some money. Okay, and that sometimes, especially when I started, that was like me. I wanted to just make some money. I didn't care really about becoming some artist. I just wanted to make some money. So handpicked, if you're like, I'm not an artist, handpicked is for you. Handpicked, you'll notice, is one of the new labels. So they have made by, which is traditionally handmade, designed by, which is digital and print on demand, handpicked by, and sourced by. So what is this handpicked category? This is items that are curated collections in tight themes. So you're buying items, putting them together, and reselling it. You are not making it, you are not producing it. You are simply putting things together that look good together or that are in a tight theme and selling it as a bundle or a gift box or a gift basket. Okay, the vessel doesn't matter, but it's a set. Vintage, which are items that are 20 years old. We all do about this. Items from nature, personally found or cultivated. So this is important. Items from nature, what does that mean? Items that are formed organically. Okay, formed organically, personally found or cultivated. This means no, you cannot go to a crystal shop and buy a bunch of crystals and then sell them. That doesn't work. That is buying and reselling. You have to have found these or cultivated them. So grown it, cultivated it, found it yourself. And what I love about this handpicked category is that it is high margin. It doesn't take much time. It's low time and it's so easy to outsource. You could outsource this entire thing if you wanted to. So super high margin, super low time, super easy to outsource. Now, let's get into some parameters here because I'm sure you want more detail. These themes have to be tight, such as celestial, right? That's like the moon and stars, or maybe honeybee, like a bumblebee themed, not a girls themed or a men's theme. You can't just have a girls gift box or a men's gift box. That doesn't count. Okay. This cannot be from a single commercial brand. Okay. This cannot be from a single commercial brand. Did you know that? If you are doing that from a single brand, that's a big, big problem. Okay. That's not going to be aligning with the rules here. And you cannot resell resold items from nature, like rocks from Home Depot. Sorry, guys, we can't sell those. Now, the thing is, you can fully outsource production and fulfillment if you wanted to. So that is very, very exciting. All right, so what do you do here? What are the actions to take? Describe how and where you found or cultivated the item found in nature. Go to markets for sourcing new suppliers. Negotiate the absorption of duties and fees, and then get into the SMU game to compete. Okay, so those are the 4 actions you can take with this category. The special makeup game, this is one of the most competitive things you can do where your competition really can't catch you. They can't copy you because you have exclusive special makeups. It might be a color, it might be a style or a shape or a material, but these are the best ways to really excel in this new category. Now let's talk about the second one, sourced. Sourced is also one of my favorites. It's a huge category that I played into personally. Okay. I played into this personally and saw huge success. Okay. Uh, One is these enable buyer creativity, including craft and party supplies or items that are personalized with a buyer's design or text. So that is one way to fit into this. So what are things that enable buyer creativity? Craft supplies, but also party supplies. And I want to get into what this means. Craft supplies, this is what I sold. I actually sold both of these, but craft supplies, their primary purpose is to make a new item. Okay. Their primary purpose is to make a new item. Party supplies, their primary purpose is to decorate a special event to give it a unique aesthetic. Okay. So, party supplies, this is huge. This could mean Christmas decorations, right? For Christmas Day, it could be Thanksgiving decorations. It could be a bachelorette party balloon set. It could be anything for a specific special event that is decorative, which is so huge. Okay. And it also in this category fits buyer personalized items made by production partners. And this one's kind of weird. This is like a print on demand shirt with a buyer's name. You want to make sure you're classifying that under sourced. If they're adding a name or a date or something to a print on demand product, that does fit under sourced. Okay, so this is a huge opportunity. This again relies on seeing a margin opportunity, an opportunity to purchase something for less and sell it for more. And these 2 categories are fantastic ways to supplement maybe a digital product mix or a handmade product mix or even print on demand, where it's high margin, low cost, and can be outsourced. Okay, so let's dive into that sourced category a little bit more because there's a lot of people who mess this one up. Okay, you cannot resell blanks that can be used without craft intervention. So this means no blank t-shirts or hats or tumblers. Okay, that would not qualify. You cannot resell cooking tools, ingredients, chemical compounds, automotive bicycle parts, repair tools, construction things, gardening things, cosmetic or home DIY supplies. So just remember, if it can be used on its own, you cannot resell it. And you can also not sell generic items that could be used at a party but aren't decor or could have everyday uses like furniture, generic tableware, costumes, party favors, seasonal holiday decor that's not specific to a single gathering or celebration. You guys should take a picture of this. Okay. So this is really important. You cannot just buy you cannot grab like a light fixture and say this is like a Thanksgiving light fixture or something like that. Okay. Same thing with napkins. Let's say it's napkins, table napkins. You can't just sell like white table napkins and say these are like for Christmas dinner table napkins. Okay, we'll have time for questions, don't worry. So what do you do here? You have to ensure that the event and occasion is shown in your SEO. You want to make sure you're negotiating the duties and fees being absorbed by the supplier. And again, getting into the SMU game, special makeups to compete. All right, what questions do we have? What questions do we have? This is a free training. Yep, everyone here is here for free. Uh, Is the handmade category dying? No, not at all, Janet. This is just another way to grow your business. These two new categories are just new ways to grow your business. It doesn't mean the handmade category is dying. It just means there's additional ways for you to compete as a handmade seller. What is SMU? An SMU is a special makeup. So, and I learned all about this. I became an expert in this when I was buying footwear for Zappos. So I was a footwear buyer managing portfolios that were like over $100 million. And let's say one of my brands was Converse. You guys know Converse sneakers? Okay, so we would do a special makeup of Converse sneakers, and it might be a special design or collection, a limited edition item just that Zappos could sell. And we would have Converse make this just for us, and only we were selling it. So it could be a new color, material, design, and that's what a special makeup is. So let's say you are doing, let's say you're doing a gift box with a candle in it, and everyone else, your competition, they all have like the same candle. Well, you go to that supplier, you ask for a unique color or maybe unique vessel or shape or size that is exclusive just for you. Can you design a t-shirt, candle, bag, and personalize it? Yes, you absolutely can. It sounds like that might be more for the print on demand category. Kimberly, great question. Yes, Melissa, can I source ribbon and resell? You make seasonal wreaths. Absolutely. Yes. Yes, someone asked, after we speak and this is over, is there a step-by-step on how to get started? Yes. Haveen, yes, we'll give you a great opportunity to get started at the end if you'd like to. Yes. Can you sell homemade skincare? Yes, absolutely. Okay, great. We will have another time for questions. Let's jump into the next update. All right. Did everyone here hear about the August 22nd update? Did everyone hear about it? The title update. Okay. The title update. Does everyone know about the title update? This is really, really big. You guys want to hear this. And don't forget, everyone who stays to the end will get a special bundle as a gift for us. We'll give it to you in the chat. Okay, the August 22nd update. Etsy stated that titles are important still, but that Etsy search uses a holistic approach and looks at tags, attributes, first photos, reviews, and titles all together. Nothing changed. Okay, nothing changed with that. They always looked at all of that. They always looked at all of that. Now, their recommendation is to focus on clarity and relevance in titles. Yes, nothing changed. They also recommended to consider using less than 15 words. red flag, that's a change. However, they did not shorten the number of characters that you can use for that SEO real estate. So they're giving you the 140 characters, but they suggested considering using less than 15 words. That is a difference. However, they did not change the allotment of characters, which tells me that this is something I wouldn't be touching. We'll get into that more. Just want to flag that for you. They also say show the most important traits up front. That was always the same. Don't repeat words. That was always the same. No repetition of gifting keywords. This is new. This is different. Saying gift and present in the same title, you no longer need to do that. That is a difference. Making the titles scannable, we'll show you what that means. And no info on the price, shipping, sales, or subjective words in the title. That was the same. This is new at the bottom. Etsy has a beta tool to mass update listing titles. I want to be really clear here. If you want to throw your shop into a spiral and risk all the hard work you've put into your SEO, go ahead and use that tool. Okay. I would highly recommend not mass updating all of your SEO in your shop with this beta tool. Okay. I want to make sure that's really clear. Okay. Let's take a look at this. I want to talk about scannable. What does scannable mean? Okay. If you are looking through search results, if you see on my screen, this is what search results look like. You cannot see more than 3 to 4 words in search results. Do you notice that? Okay. This means that only the first 3 to 4 words will even be shown in search results. And we want to keep in mind when people are deciding what to click into in search results, what are they looking at? They're simply looking at the photo and the price point. They're not reading the title. They're not hovering over to read all the words that populate and show up when you hover. They're seeing really the photo and the price point in the first 3 to 4 words. Okay. Let's take a look at the old titles and the new titles. And I'm going to use just the first example here, but let me show you what the difference is. You see on the left, it says dad t-shirt, father shirt, personalized Father's Day gift, personalized dad t-shirt, dad statement shirt, father shirt with kids' names. They're throwing in dad so many times. Dad would be considered a short tail keyword. It's one word. They're repeating short tail keywords. We always knew we don't want to do that. They're repeating father multiple times. Same situation. Okay. They're also having plurals, which you don't need. Kids' names, you don't need plurals. And it's including t-shirt so many times, right? And shirt 3 times. So it's repeating short tail keywords. We don't want to do that. And we always knew that, right? We always knew we don't want to do that. Okay. And you can see the same thing on the next 2 examples. But the main difference is you don't have to repeat gift and present. You don't have to say gift in multiple ways. Okay. And the last part, there we go, is consider using less than 15 words. That's the other difference. However, I would recommend not chopping your SEO up. If they're giving you that SEO real estate, if they're saying 15 words to make it scannable, we already reviewed, they're only seeing 3 to 4 words as they're scanning through search. Okay, so what do you do here? What are the takeaways here with the titles? Number 1, do not tear apart your SEO and chop your titles in half. Do not do that. Number 2, right? Etsy gives us 140 characters for SEO real estate. They will not punish you for utilizing that space. They will not punish you for utilizing that allotment in a way that creates clarity and relevance, which is what we were always doing. So you don't get punished. And 3, just remember the main change is to not repeat gifting types of words. They will see gift for and present for as the same. Great. SEO stands for search engine optimization. It's simply the keywords that you use in your listing so that you get found on Etsy. Okay. Let's talk about the next update and then we'll have an opportunity for questions. Okay, this next update is the photo update. Has everyone seen this? The vertical orientation of thumbnail photos to appeal to that Pinterest-like behavior. Has everyone seen this? Has everyone seen this? Okay, so you'll see the new photos you'll see on the left side are right here. Can you see that? So the left side will show you these are no longer square photos. These are a little bit more of a vertical orientation. So this is what it looks like. You can see these are not squares. If you follow my mouse, you can see they're actually a rectangle with vertical orientation. And what that does is you'll see it cuts things off. Do you see how ultimate, what does that say? Budget bundle instead of budget bundle? You can see this is cut off of you can see it cuts things off. Now, why is Etsy doing this? Etsy is really taking, I would say, a note and learning from places like Amazon, and with this, it's Pinterest. So they are seeing that Pinterest customer, they want to attract that customer. It's very much the same customer that they want to have shopping on Etsy. And that Pinterest customer is used to spending a long time on the Pinterest platform, right? They're doom scrolling, they're pinning, they're sucked in. You all know, like when you get sucked into Pinterest, we're there for a little while, right? Okay, so you can see on the right, this is Pinterest. And this is what people are used to seeing on Pinterest. It's the vertical orientation. And Etsy is appealing to that Pinterest-like customer behavior because they're wanting their customers to see Etsy as a similar platform that they would spend a lot of time on. Okay, so it's almost like building the brand through an association, right? It's very subconscious. However, this is a test. This is a test. Does this mean that we want to go and update everything? Let's talk about what this means. Number one, your square photos will be cut off. Yes. Number two, at this time, we do not recommend updating every single photo in your shop. If you looked at how many tests Etsy runs every single month, it would probably be shocking to all of us. This is a test. So we don't want to take a test and throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? So only update that first photo of your top sellers in your shop in order to protect your click-through rate during this test. So whatever is a top seller for you, for your shop, that's where we would want to update that first photo. Number three, this is a test. Keep that in mind. And then number four, I would say as you go forward and create new listings, make sure that your square photos look good when they're cropped so that they will either work square or cropped to be that vertical orientation. So it means leaving a little space on the sides where I would say non-critical information would be. Okay. Awesome. So make sure new photos look good in a square or the vertical orientation. Okay, we'll have a time for questions, don't worry. We are going to jump into the 5 products that you cannot sell. I would write these down and I would remove them immediately. Number 1, no add-ons without a physical item associated. Etsy is suspending shops for separate listings for rush fees, for photo proofs, or for non-physical items. They're actually suspending shops. So there basically it means you would have no listings for the purpose of transferring money. What is the workaround for this? The workaround is attaching a physical item or a file to it. Okay. The second thing you cannot sell is AI prompts. So a lot of shops were actually fully AI prompt bundle shops. So these are lists of prompts to feed AI. They are no longer allowed. Entire shops were actually shut down for this. Okay. The third thing, this is huge. This is huge. These are readings that advertise metaphysical outcomes. So it could be readings, it could be physical products, but it can be nothing in your shop can be related to manifesting an outcome of love, relationships, money, nothing related to spells. Okay, so nothing that relates to metaphysical outcomes. And number 4, this is big, professional services and rentals. Okay, you might think rentals, I'm not doing that, but professional services, you might be. So this means no rentals of goods or places for a period of time. So anyone who did like wedding flower wall rentals, that was an entire shop, right? You can no longer do that business model on Etsy. You can't sell therapy, training, tutoring, coaching, or similar services, which is huge because a lot of people were selling pure services through Etsy. Maybe it was branding services, maybe it was design services, but you can no longer do that. The workaround here is to always include a product with the service. Always include a product with the service. So that might be selling an hour of coaching, but they get a PDF download or a bundle with that. And number 5, this is huge. This is probably impacting most of you. And this is designs that you didn't make. So you will see that the designed by a seller rules for digital and print on demand, they were saying you can't use other people's designs as your framework for the product. But you will now see the made by a seller rules for handmade, that you cannot use other people's digital design files as the basis for your handmade product. And this is going to impact embroidery, laser work, Cricuts, anything you do with any of those tools, digitized files. So it's saying that your product in the made by a seller category must be produced based on your original design. Okay, so here's an example of this. You will see on the left, we have some SVGs. And has anyone shopped on Etsy for SVGs or PNGs, any kind of design files? Have you bought those designs or those bundles for designs on Etsy with the intention to put that maybe on a print on demand t-shirt? Yep, sewing patterns, same thing. Same thing. Okay, yes, most of us, right? Most of us have. Okay, so you will see you can no longer do that. You'll see this, a lot of these people on the right, they took that design and they simply put it on a print on demand shirt. You can no longer do that. This is no longer allowed. The design has to be foundationally yours. Okay, so this is a big change, big change. I'm so glad, yes, I'm so glad you're all here because this is a huge, huge shift. Okay, so really, these are not just rules, but these are really the roadmap to make sure that you are successful and your shop stays open in 2025 and 2026. So no surprise shutdowns, really having smart SEO, not wrecking your shop with the SEO like a lot of people are probably doing right now. Selling products your customers want, positioning yourself really to hit 10K months and beyond in 2025 with a scalable product mix, potentially considering adding in one of these 2 newer categories. Okay, what questions do we have? How do we feel? Is anyone overwhelmed? Yes, no more PLR, photography presets. If you are making those yourself, that's different. Overwhelmed, yes. Batman signs, we don't want to put those on shirts. That sounds like a trademark. Does vintage have the same scaling potential? Absolutely. Yes, there are so many great ways to scale vintage and one-of-a-kind products. Number 5 worries you, Joanna. Okay. When is the effective date? The effective date was happened. It's already, these are all active. And Etsy has new AI bots and filters that are going to be catching a lot more of this. Okay. Lots of questions. Do not, yeah, Leanne, should you update your titles on Etsy with their suggestions where you can click update? I would not recommend doing that. Perfect. With the listings you have with a PNG that you already bought and listed, you're gonna need to make changes to that. Mhm. If a pattern designer gives you permission, are they part of your team? Did you give them direction on what to design? So keep in mind, you can still buy designs from a designer if you are orchestrating the design and if you are giving them direction and if you are part of engineering that design. Is print on demand still relevant? Absolutely. I have clients who do over 200,000 per month with print on demand. Okay. We'll have more time for questions, don't worry. But I would ask yourself right now, okay, because I'm seeing a ton of questions. I can't even see the question. I can't even read a question before 5 new ones populate. They're rapidly firing in to the point where I can't even read them. So I would ask you, do you think some guidance would be worth it at this point? If you had guidance, right? And we're not just talking at this point about keeping your shop updated and avoiding a shutdown, but think about the reason you're doing Etsy too. Like what was the whole goal here? Why are you putting effort? Why are you investing all of your time into this? Or why are you investing any time into this? Right? Is it to leave a job that's draining you? Is it to build your retirement faster? Is it to, take the Christmas vacations that you wanted to? Like what is the reason you're doing this? Are you accomplishing that right now? And would it be worth it to have some guidance so that you could actually make this worth it? What about generating consistent, scalable income? Have you achieved that yet? Uh, do you have clarity? Do you have guidance? Do you have someone you can go to right now with all of these questions? Okay. So the thing is, getting ahead of the Etsy updates, that's important. But having the actual direct application and implementation for your shop, right? That is something else. That is a next level. And the thing is, when you work with us, it's not that you're just learning a process, but you're actually getting the tools and support to apply it. Because I see a lot of questions, we talk about the steps and we talk about, I say screenshot these changes to make, but the questions are still happening of how do I apply this to my shop? What about my listings? And these are the questions that I continue to get. We get hundreds of questions every single day of how do I apply this to my shop? Okay. So we will have more time for questions, don't worry. And everyone who stays to the end will get full access to a bundle that we put together for you. So stay tuned for that. We will drop that in the chat. But I want to kind of take you through now what the steps actually look like. If you had daily guidance, if you had a plan, and if you knew what your next 3 steps were. Okay. So is everyone okay if I take a look and kind of take you in to show you behind the scenes what getting actual structure and help and priorities for your shop would look like? Okay. Everyone cool with that? Okay. So what I want Terry, yes, please. Okay, we have a please. So I want to take you into this now. So this is the platform that everything is hosted on. All of the dozens and dozens of results that I showed you today are reflecting this, these steps, these priorities, this guidance. And I always think it's helpful, and I think there's so much gatekeeping on YouTube, and there's so much, talking about some get rich quick scheme. It's so easy, but it's not. It's about having the right steps at the right time. This is not a get rich quick scheme. Etsy's hard work, it's consistency. The thing is, if you are here, you're already putting time into Etsy. Why not just do the right steps with that time? So what I'm going to show you is an alternative, and what this would look like if you had the right steps, right? And how the outcome could be different. So this is where everything is hosted. This is where everything lives. Okay. We have an entire team. Half of the company is dedicated to client success. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. Because I think it's really important for you to see what the alternative looks like. Otherwise, you'd never know. So this is the option, right? This is another path forward. So we take you through onboarding, we show you how to use coaching, we show you how to use the steps. The course, this is our new course. It's very step by step. We keep this updated. We have coaching meetings weekly where we're constantly updating this. We just added a new lesson yesterday. So it's very step by step. Now, most of you are probably at a point where the foundation is broken. If you are here, I would guess 95% of you probably are missing the two essential things, which is targeting a profitable customer with the right product mix. And some of you may be interested in this handpicked and sourced category, but you don't know how to apply it or who to sell to or what to add and how to integrate that into your existing product mix. So what we do is we start with targeting profitable customers. Does anyone know or feel like they're targeting profitable customers right now? Do you feel like you are, or are you missing that? Go ahead and type in the word customer if you are in need of guidance on that part. Customer, go ahead and type in customer if you need guidance on that part. Just the word customer, because I can show you what the difference looks like once you have a profitable customer. Okay. Okay. Yes. So if you're not seeing consistent growth and an increasing lifetime value of the customer, you're not targeting a profitable one. So we target a profitable customer and then we make sure that your product mix is built around them. Most of you are missing product market fit, which just means you're putting up products and you're hoping someone wants them. Can anyone relate to that? You're putting up products and you hope someone wants them. Now, if you're at the point where you're like, oh my gosh, yes, I know I need this path forward, go ahead. We'll put a link in the chat for you to learn more about this and to see if it's the right fit, to see if this program, this path is the right fit for you. We will put a link in the chat. You get a free extra month of coaching when you proceed that way. But we want to make sure that we're targeting profitable customers with the right product mix. Most of you, your product mix, there's no way a profitable customer would buy it. Okay. And that's what we've got to fix. It's not a pricing tweak. It's not posting something on Instagram. It's the fundamentals of your shop are not set up to scale. You're not targeting the right customer with the right products. So this is where we need to jump in to targeting the right customers. Okay. So the right customers with the right product mix, 7 types of products, different listings that have different purposes, and we will actually give you guidance on what those are, as well as finding trends on Etsy. Super important. We never look to Etsy for product ideas. Let me know in the chat if you are looking on Etsy for product ideas. That's a problem. Etsy is 6 to 8 months late on trends. You are chasing rather than leading. Okay, so we never look to Etsy for product ideas. Okay. Our 10-step opportunity checklist, we vet any idea before you put it into your shop. Now, module 3 would fix your listings. Every single person here, with this path forward, the very first step is to fix what we have before you put anything new in the shop. So we help you choose a customer and the right product mix. We fix what you have before you put anything new in. Because right now your listings are probably dead weight. They're probably actually fostering a negative shop quality score, which just means anything you add to the shop, it's going to rank lower because Etsy's seeing that what you have isn't selling. So they assume anything new probably won't sell. So that's why we have to fix these listings. Okay, so everything fixing your listing, site merchandising, Pinterest optimization. I see some great questions on Pinterest. I also see some questions about price. I'll address that here too, and as well as at the end and later on, but we create a custom package for you. Let me show you what this looks like. Because when we talk to you on a call, we put together a custom package that fits your specific needs. So maybe you are a $1 million shop with 50 employees. Maybe you are a single person and you have just one shop. You don't need a ton of help. You just need a little bit of help. Maybe you need help with hiring and outsourcing in 5 different shops. Maybe you just have one shop. Okay, so we put together something custom for you on the call. It's not option A or B. It's actually specifically customized for you. We have over 400 custom options we've come up with for people to fit their needs. Okay, so fixing your shop, fixing your listings, and then we move into the sprint. Now, does anyone here feel like they have a plan for your next 3 to 4,000 orders. Does anyone here know how to get the next 3 to 4,000 sales? Anyone have a plan for that? Just say yes or no. Okay, this is the plan for the next 3 to 4,000 sales. It's your pricing strategies, it's your social media. We cover everything here. No ads are required. Everything is covered here. 3 to 4,000 orders, you are simply doing these strategies. How would it feel right now if someone said, "Here is a plate, a platter, we could call it, with these set of strategies to get your next 3 to 4,000 orders. Just do these things. Just focus right here. It's a narrow focus. We're just doing these things." Would that feel like a relief to anyone here? I don't know about you, but when I'm thinking of growing a business, there's so many things you could be doing. You're watching these YouTube videos, they're giving you tons of options, yet what matters right now? What would actually move the needle today? And that is why we give you this on a platter, what to focus on. And then once you're hitting your financial goals, which we work with people who want to make minimum 5 to 10,000 in profit per month, minimum, then we move into module 5, which is about scaling. You get a sales plan. We show you how to use it. We teach you how to outsource, how to do email marketing, and we show you how to use data to make decisions. So nothing here is guessing. Now, if you're sitting here thinking like, "Oh my gosh, is this like a YouTube video?" Definitely not. We actually update this program with 2 to 4 hours per week of extra guidance. So extra strategy, and this is through our topic library. The topic library is like an encyclopedia. You can go here anytime to learn more about anything you want. Maybe it's finding your customer. Maybe it's choosing products. Maybe it's loss leaders. Maybe it's print on demand or handmade or digital. Maybe it is graphic design. Right? We do full workshops. We teach you anything you'd possibly want to know so that you only have to go one place for anything you need. It's kind of like Netflix. Like you can pick the show you want to watch or learn more about. Now you'll notice that our lessons are 3 to 5 minutes. So just to be really clear, this is built for an hour a day, right? What you'd be focused on over the next 3 months is this 2 hours and 50 minutes. This 4 hours and 6 hours. So about 13 hours of guidance for probably the rest of the year. So it's really not that bad. You could, if you did 30 minutes a day, you'd be done in a month, less than a month. So less than a month of learning for what you should do between now, really through the next 4 months. Okay. Now, if you're like, "Well, what about all the updates?" We give you all the updates with the resources here. We also have mindset calls, accountability calls, time management calls. We help you get your products featured in gift guides. This is all part of our level up calls and our level up series. And then the coaching. This is really what people love about this. The coaching is where we have available calls for you 5 times a week. You have calls with me twice a week available for you. And these are like office hours. So you can just come on and ask your questions. You do not have to stay the whole time. You could just come on, ask the questions, or submit your questions ahead of time and catch the recording after. So I have my eyes on your shop twice a week, live in person. And if you can't attend, don't even worry. We record the calls. No need to even be there live. And this is what a call looks like. You can see in this call, I'm actually fixing this person's listing. Okay, so I'm fixing her images, I'm fixing her designs, I'm showing her what to do different for her designs. So that's what a call looks like. It's very hands-on help. Okay. We also do all the trend forecasting for you, so you don't have to worry about that. And these are trends outside of Etsy. And then the last part, which is probably one of the favorites, this is the coaching, private message coaching. You have 2 to 3 coaches assigned to your shop plus me. You can ask unlimited questions. Here's someone asking questions. You guys, pay attention here. She went from a few $100s a month to over $700,000 last year. She was hitting 90K in a week. And this is with a mix of product types. So digital, print on demand, handmade, sourced, handpicked, all of that. And this is what the coaching looks like. So we go into your shop. We show you what to fix. Okay, so we're showing you specifically what to fix. This is a screen recording of this person's shop. Okay, so it's hands-on, it's going right in. This is, for her, it's a dedicated 29-minute coaching call where we're providing personalized guidance and showing her what to fix about her listings. So would that be helpful to you if someone could just tell you what to fix, right? If someone could just tell you what to fix, if they could tell you what to sell, if they could give you the product ideas, show you how to fix your SEO, show you how to fix your pricing, if they could run a competitor analysis for you, would that change your current results? And as we speak of that, results are really all that matters. Okay. Results are all that matters here. Okay. And this is what the results look like. So this is August. Results, that's why we do this. We don't do this for a fun, feel good type of course. This isn't about like woo woo, let's just feel like we have a good business and feel good about, our listings. This is about making money. Like that's the whole idea here. We're all doing this to have a transformation. So, if these results are similar to what you would be looking for as your transformation, go ahead and book a free call. Now, the call is totally free. It's free. You can learn more about the program. You can talk to us about your shop and what you're struggling with and see if this is the right fit for you. That is what the call is for. It's a completely free call. Nothing is, you don't have to pay to book the call. It's totally free. Okay. And for everyone enrolling, they will get a free extra month of coaching, which is huge. That's a lot of coaching. A lot can happen in a month. Actually, the shop I showed you, her coaching messages, we gave her one product idea. It did 30K in 30 days with that one product last summer. So a lot can happen in an extra month of coaching. So this is what it looks like. This person, right, they just listed their first listings. They're just getting started. This person doubled her revenue from July to August, 6x from June to now, since she started the program. Hopefully you can see this okay. People like to put in their actual stats so you can see the percent increases. Let's see, you can also click on more, viewing more. This person, about $12,000, up 58% from last year. This person, 11,000, 1,500 orders, over 10K revenue, actually 14,600. Jenna, 55,000 for the month. Oh my goodness. And this is print on demand. If you're like, what is she selling? This is print on demand. So 322% increase. Yeah, I'll talk about what kind of shops they were. Great question. Jason has a laser shop. He's in the UK. Jenna, 55,000. That's print on demand. Let's see here. This person started the program when they only had 50 sales. They've been selling on Etsy for 2 years before joining. They just had a $4,000 month, 8,000% increase. Increased 5x over last year. Every month is looking better. What if every month for you was looking better? How would you feel if every month was looking better in your business? So if these are similar to what you're looking for, definitely book a free call with us. If these are similar results to what you're looking for, 156% increase, right? We want to see improvement every month. Christina does digital and print on demand, 25,000. 910% increase. Right? This person, their shop's not open yet, and that's fine too. Right? This person's just getting ramped up. So this is where you can see all the results. You can see views, visits, orders, revenue up 72%. If these are similar to what you're looking for, or if these metrics and these percent increases are better than your current results, definitely book a call with us if they're similar to what you'd be looking for. This is for people who want to see change, who realize that what they're currently doing is not getting them the results that they wanted. Okay. Um, and everyone's at a different level, right? Everyone's at a different level. Some people are just getting their first few thousand a month. Some people are like 6,000 a month. But what I look for specifically, and really what any business coach should be looking for, is measurable increases. So 34.6%, right? In a month like August, in this economy, I'm really happy to see that. Actually, sorry, this is 100, a little bit better, 12,439, 108% increase. This is her last year. So last year she shared her August was 6,100. This year it doubled. And that's what we look for. This person does print on demand. I see a lot of questions about what they're selling, right? Some of it's digital, physical products. It's definitely a mix. She does print on demand. Right? But the difference is like, look at very excited. How would it feel if you had a plan? If this is appealing to you, if you feel like, wow, this plan looks a little better than my current situation, book a call and just see if it's the right fit for you. Okay. So you can see we keep scrolling. These are not filtered at all. You can see like 17K in revenue, 91% increase in traffic. Wow. Eiling, insane jump in revenue, started the program in January. It's been a grind since then. She broke 1,000 midway through the month. Orders kept coming, ended above 3K for August. Look at that jump. So, yeah, my question is, are these similar to what you'd be looking for? Right? Are these increases what you'd be looking for? And is this enthusiasm the type of enthusiasm that you want to have in your business? Okay. So if this feels like this is what you need, if you want you to be saying like August is amazing, bestsellers, this is, it just keeps getting better and better. If that's how you want to feel about your business, I definitely recommend considering a different strategy than what you're currently doing. And they put in hard work. It's not easy. It's hard work to see this type of result, but it's worth it. This course has all the info I need to maintain momentum. So it's really about having the right strategies and taking the time you're already spending doing different things. Okay. So this just came in this week. 128% increase, 100,000 in revenue. Not bad. Okay. So if this is similar to what you're looking for, I want you to know that today you'd get your first month of coaching for free. So you enroll, you get basically it's like having an extra month of free coaching. So an extra month of free coaching. That means daily one-on-one private message coaching, live coaching calls 5 times a week, and then of course our strategies for an extra month as well. Okay, and everyone also just for booking will get the loss leader product guide and that extra free month. Okay. I see a question that came through. Does this work for truly individual handmade items? Each listing you make is one physical item that can't be scaled. Okay. So if you sell one-of-a-kind items, that is actually what I sold. So everything in my shop, the way I scaled to $1.7 million in revenue and over $1 million in profit, I would say 95% of that was one-of-a-kind items. Okay, one-of-a-kind items. Okay. And I almost forgot, we do back everything up with a results guarantee. So when you work with us for a year, if you're not seeing results, we actually work with you for free until you do. So we will work with you for free beyond a year until you're seeing results. However, if you weren't seeing results, it would mean you're not doing the work. Okay. And I would love for you to also see where our current students were before joining, because you might relate to some of this. So let me know if you are relating to any of this. 25% said I was watching my sales stay flat or drop, and I didn't know what I was doing wrong. We also see 25% say I was stuck in YouTube tutorial land and still confused. Does that relate to you? We have 19% say I was overwhelmed trying random Etsy strategies and hoping something would work. And then we have 19% saying I was dreaming of going full time, but no idea how I'd get there. Are you feeling that way? And 12% said I was creating products I loved, but nobody was buying. Can you relate to that? Uh, and these are just some of the messages and posts that people made when they talked about where they were before joining. Okay. Now, I have some really exciting things that I want to show you. I was up last night doing research specifically for you today, and I want to show you a couple things. These are what other 10K per month sellers that we work with now asked before they joined. And one of the main questions was thinking, how else could I make 10,000 per month? How else could I make 10,000 per month? Let me dive into that. Okay. 10,000 per month. When you think about, I'm looking for an extra 10 grand a month or even 5 grand a month. How else would I accomplish that? And I did really a deep dive into other ways to make 10,000 per month. Okay. So what I'm showing you right now is the options, because we all, when we think about our time, what we're putting effort into, what we're investing our time into, we want to make sure there's a return. So I want to show you what the upfront investment of all these options are in order to make 10 grand a month consistently, and the time it would take doing that to make 10K per month. So Amazon FBA requires an upfront investment of about 15 to 30K. This is mostly because of ads, the ad spend it will require, and 18 to 36 months on average to make 10 grand a month. If you were to do print on demand with Shopify, 10 to 15K upfront, mostly due to ads, heavy reliance on branding and ads, and probably a developer, 12 to 24 months to achieve that type of return. Affiliate marketing, about 10 to 12K, 24 to 48 months. Okay, roughly 24 to 48 months to see that type of return. The stock market. Does anyone here invest in the stock market? Francine, you booked. Paula, you booked. Awesome. Terry, you booked a call. That's amazing. Yes, Francine. Awesome. Yes, we're going to shout you out on Instagram if you book a call. Okay, so if you book a call with us, we're going to go ahead and shout you out on Instagram. But who here invests in the stock market? Does anyone? Yeah, same here, right? In order to make an extra 10 grand a month, it would have to take an upfront investment of 1.7 million with an average time of 25 to 35 years. That is huge, you guys. Very passive, yes, but huge capital required. Dividend investing, 3 million upfront investment, 35 to 45 years. Very stable income, extremely capital intensive. Who has, millions of dollars sitting around to do that? Rental real estate. We do real estate. It's a big upfront investment, 500K to $1 million, 8 to 20 years to see that type of revenue. And I can attest to that. Small business or franchises, 100K to 400K upfront, 2 to 4 year investment now of your time. Now, I will say with Etsy, it is very different. We all want to know what our options look like, right? How quickly can you see results with Etsy? Okay. Awesome. We have Marissa booked a call, Mary, Ann, Essex booked a call, Charlotte booked a call, Michelle booked a call. So exciting. Yes, awesome. Jamie booked a call. Okay, with Etsy, these are the questions I'm sure you have. With Etsy, when will I see results? This is where I told you at the start of this, one of the problems and one of the reasons you're struggling is you are being way too patient. I want to give you permission to not be patient right now. I want you to give you permission to really insist on seeing some sort of change in your shop within 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 weeks is when we see changes in stats. Now, it's 3 to 4 weeks after changing your strategies, changing your listings. So it's not from today, unless you fixed everything today. 3 to 4 weeks after making these updates, following this system, you see changes in your stats. And think about where you would be 90 days from now if you were to implement these things today. That is insane. So, all these other options of investments you could make, the upfront capital, the time to see that ROI, compared to Etsy, it just is not comparable. And if I've invested in so many things, you guys, we have multiple businesses, we have multiple business models, we have many different investment types for my family, and Etsy is the fastest that we have ever seen. Okay. Now, what about Shopify or Amazon? Remember, Amazon, you're going to see higher fees. You need that ad spend. I would say 5 to 10K a month. Your profit will be half of the profit of Etsy. And it's a commodity. Really, with Amazon, you're selling a commodity. It's a race to the bottom. Shopify, you have to bring your own traffic, another 5 to 10K a month for ad spend. 3 to 5 years building that email list, maybe about $1,000 a month for an influencer budget. And that SEO is going to take a lot of time. So it's time and money, right? And then Etsy, right, has built-in buyer traffic, no ads, big following needed, lean, simple, faster sales without a complex setup. Okay. And some of you, I'm sure you're thinking, well, what about just hiring someone to do this for me? Hey, if you want to go on Fiverr and hire someone for $50 to fix your listings, that is the fastest way to run your Etsy shop into the ground. Okay, that is the fastest way to light $50 on fire. Okay, done for you agencies. Some of them you might see a quick win here or there, but if even if they were good, you stay dependent and you keep paying. Done with you, which is what we do, you learn the system. You actually own your results. You're not giving a cut or giving a payout to someone. You own your results. You own 100% of the equity, and you build that long-term confidence. So with us, you get that year of support and then continued access after as an option, just because then you'll be fully equipped to succeed on your own. Now, if you're thinking, do I need to be more motivated or have more time? Not at all. We design this to fit into your life, not to take over your life. So our system is really designed to work with one focused hour per day. It's not about necessarily spending more time than what you're already spending, but it's about spending that time doing different things. So if you are here feeling like, okay, I already put an hour a day into Etsy, but I don't know if that's the most efficient use of my time, definitely book a call, because we will show you what the most efficient use of your time is. And if you're thinking, well, how do I book this call? You're saying book a call. What does that mean? What does that look like? You click on the link in the chat and you click on a day, you click on a time, and you click next. You put in your name, your email. You just say, yes, I know it's recorded and it's not free coaching. It's not a free coaching call. You let us know who you are. Okay, I just want to make a little extra income. What was your revenue? I'm making less than 2K per month. What is my shop name? Right, Begonia Rose Co. is mine. Okay, are you ready to take action and make an investment right away if this is the right fit? Yes, I know I want help immediately to grow and launch my business. And yes, I will bring my husband to the call if they are a decision maker financially. You just click schedule and boom, you're on the calendar and we will see you soon. So that's how simple it is. If you're thinking you need more time, it's not about more time. It's about fixing what you're doing with your current hours spent. Okay. Melissa, you booked. Awesome. Erin, you booked. Marge, you booked. If you have multiple shops, we help you with all of your shops. Yeah, there's no limit on the shops that we can help you with. Okay. Okay, perfect. So what if you're not tech savvy? Don't worry, there's no fancy software here. Simple tools, video walkthroughs, easy to follow steps. I have clients in their as young as 14 years old up into their 80s. Some people don't even know how to get on Zoom, and this works for them. If you're not a designer, not creative, you don't need to be. Most of our students use templates, free tools like Canva, and we have design workshops. You saw the coaching call where I created a copy of someone's design and I fixed it for them and I taught them how to fix it. And now, what if you've tried Etsy before and you failed? I would say you didn't fail. You simply didn't have the right strategy. So, of course, it wouldn't have worked, right? If you don't know what you're doing, if you're building furniture with the wrong directions, of course, it's not going to work out, right? That's not a surprise. So, what I would say is it doesn't mean you won't be successful when you have the right steps. It means the wrong strategies don't work, which we all can agree that's true. So, the right strategies and the right priorities for your shop, that is the missing puzzle. And that is what we do in coaching. We look at your shop within the first 24 hours. We give you a baseline shop review and we say, hey, these are the biggest areas we're going to focus on, like 2, 3 things that we need to focus on first. And we do that because we understand you are coming in overwhelmed, lost, and you just simply have no idea what direction to go, what to do first, second, third. So that's why we break it down in that format. Okay. Yes. If you're in the program and you'd like to do more coaching, absolutely, you can still book a call if you'd like to add on more coaching. Perfect. Okay. Now, what if you're not sure that this will work for you? And I know a lot of you might be in that place, right? I'm thinking about this. 39 of you have booked a call, which is amazing. We have Keisha over on Instagram. Oh my goodness. Keisha on Instagram says, at a point now following the strategies, my new listings will get sales in just a few days. Already have 2 bestsellers in the past month. You guys, Keisha is in the program. She's literally in the program. She's saying this, we're streaming this on YouTube as well. How would it feel if you knew with confidence that you were doing things correctly and your listings could get sales in a few days? That is life-changing. Okay, 2 bestsellers in the past month. How many bestsellers do you have? How many bestsellers do you have? Abby, you booked a call. Awesome. So, if you're not sure if this will work for you, first of all, we have loads of students, I think over on YouTube in the comments, which is amazing to see, right? I showed you dozens of results. I showed you all the results from August. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not too good to be true. This is hard work, such hard work. It's consistent work and it's hard work. It's not easy. However, we give you the right steps. So, and we hold your hand through those steps so that you're implementing correctly. And that is what the difference is between floundering on your own, watching YouTube videos. Of course, that's not going to work for you. If it's not been working now, what would change, right? But if you had that hand holding, if you had the right steps, right, the results of our students, these people are just like you. You saw what their posts were, where they were before they joined the program, watching YouTube videos, not really sure what to do. They're just like you. Diane, you booked. Awesome. Kelsey, you booked. Yes, Naomi, does this work for bows? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. When you book the call, it's a one-on-one private call with us. Yeah, it's a one-on-one private call. Totally personal, and it's about your situation. So if you're not sure if this will work for you, I want you to think about this. How long have you been thinking about improving your shop? How long have you been thinking about improving your business? How long have you been thinking about wanting better results? How long have you been wanting this to become an actual business that you're proud of, that you can tell people, yeah, I have a business. Like maybe your business right now is something you're not even like wanting to share with people. When you introduce yourself to the other moms at the soccer game, you're not saying I have an Etsy shop because it hasn't like nothing's really come from it, right? You want to feel proud of what you've built. You want to see results. You want to feel like this is something that you're accomplishing. You're seeing growth and you're building that momentum. If you want that, book the free call. Just book the free call. 47 of you have booked your call. Okay, we've opened up more space. It looks like the calendar filled up. 47 of you have booked your call. Okay. Milena, you said that's all you think, right? That's all you're thinking about is just wanting to be able to say, this is my business. And when you meet your husband's coworkers or your wife's coworkers, you want to be able to say, I'm a business owner. I have a small business. Right. But now you're probably thinking, gosh, I'm not going to tell anyone about this because it's not successful. Right? This is about making it something that you're proud of. This is about making it something that when you go to Christmas Eve with the family this year, they're saying, "Hey, Kimberly, what have you been up to this year? What are you doing now?" Now you're saying, "I actually started a business and it's going really well." How many of you want to say that to your family, to your friends at your next family get together? That feeling, I will tell you, it's like nothing else. It's like nothing else. Okay, Debbie, you booked your call. Kimberly, you booked your call. Okay. So if you're not sure this will work for you, just remember thinking about it, that's all you've been doing. That's going to keep you safe, but it's also meaning you're not going to be successful. Thinking does not lead to success. Deciding leads to success. So, how long have you been thinking about improving your shop? Just remember, growth only happens outside of your comfort zone. And if you are sitting there scared right now, like, oh my gosh, I want to do this, but I'm scared, I get it. But I want you to picture this 1 year from now, right? We're heading into the holiday season of next year. You are a year forward, your kids are a year older, you look a year older, right? But you're not a year further ahead. You're not a year closer to what you want. You're not a year closer to your goals. Nothing has really changed. You're not a year financially ahead. You're still struggling in the same way you are today. And what this program helps you do is getting a year ahead, but more than a year ahead in your business because you're learning from myself, it's 13 years in e-commerce. And we've helped thousands of people with these strategies. Now, if you're thinking, oh my gosh, do I need inventory or a big budget for this? No, you do not need a big inventory, big budget. We could start with things that are very low cost, like digital or print on demand. It's just simply like a Canva. You can even do free Canva if you wanted to. But this program, having this guidance, is an investment in your business, right? Paying someone who's made over $1 million in profit to teach you how to do that for yourself, that's an investment, right? We get thousands and thousands of emails per day of people literally begging for free help, right? So having access to people who've gone way further than what you might even want for yourself, that's an investment. But I will tell you, in this last couple months, this has meant more than really anything. Get yourself in the room with the right people. Literally, get yourself in the room with the right people, because the right people will change everything about how you see your business, about how you build your business, about what you prioritize. I recently got in the room with some huge course creators, business owners. I'm talking Amy Porterfield, Jasmine Starr, Jenna Kutcher, right? And I developed relationships with people who are years ahead of myself. And not only is it a way to make an impact with other people, like colleagues, right? Other business owners, for myself, where I can be of help and service, but they're also helping me, right? They're also mentoring me. So it's this relationship of looking at where you are, looking at where you want to go, and surrounding yourself with people who are there. That's simply what it is. Okay, so the price of thinking about it is staying stuck. And it's a very expensive cost to stay stuck. So for example, Greg, you booked a call. Congrats. Awesome. I see uh, someone, Laura, you want to make 3K a month within 3 to 6 months. Yes, very achievable. I would say that's a very conservative goal. We don't make financial guarantees. That's completely illegal, by the way. So we don't make financial guarantees, but I think that's a very reasonable goal. So even imagine like Laura, 3K a month. That's what, 36 grand in a year? The price of thinking about it for her could be $36,000. Would you be willing to pay $36,000 today to not take action in your business? Would that be worth it to you? Oh my gosh. That's what she's missing out on by not taking action. Musab, you booked. Amazing. Okay. Okay, we just have a few more questions to answer that I'm sure you have. Now, this is a big one. Where can you find the money to invest in your business? I will tell you, it is right in front of you. And I want to show you something here that everyone should take a picture of. This is actually the average of what people spend on different areas in their life. This is actually very accurate. And you can look at the category on the left. You can see the action that you could take and the monthly savings. And the average person, this says $791. But even if not all of these apply to you, you can find $300 to $600 extra per month on the screen right now. Literally, like if nothing else, this screen will help you save $300 to $600 a month. Now, if you're thinking, oh, I can't afford to invest in my business, look in front of you, take a picture. You can find money to invest. If it mattered to you, if building a business mattered to you, if changing your financial situation mattered to you, it is here. Alicia, you booked. Amazing. Oh my gosh, 70 of you have booked your calls. Okay, so what I want you to do is literally take a screenshot. Does anyone know how to take a screenshot? If you don't know how to take a screenshot, get your phone out, take a picture of this screen or a video, and we will find the money easily on the screen for you to invest in your business. It's not that difficult, you guys. It's really not that difficult. Okay, so $300 to $600 is easy to pull out of this for everyone here. This has 791 if all of these applied to you, but this is a great example. Okay, now another question that comes up, is this just for women or moms? No, not at all. We have students from all ages, genders, backgrounds, experience levels. Everyone is welcome. If you live outside the US, yes, Etsy is global, so is our community. We have students in over 35 countries. And I want you to remember, like, you don't have to do this alone. Who is in your corner right now? Are you doing your business on your own? Are you kind of like researching Etsy on your own, trying to update your shop on your own? No one really knows what you're doing. The right group in your corner changes everything. And just remember, like, being isolated, it's not like, walling yourself off in a corner. It's really, there's doors all around you that are just waiting to be opened. And behind this program is myself and a team that is fully invested in your success. Okay. We are the type of people who will literally bend over backwards for you. Okay. This is a picture of us at our summit in January, and we will literally bend over backwards for you. We know your story, we know your why. Okay. And we will do anything for you. So, for everyone here, I want you to think about one thing right now, and this is an activity that we are going to use the chat for. Can everyone see the chat? I want everyone here to put in the number one biggest reason why they are doing Etsy, why they are building a business. Okay. What is the number one reason why you are building your business? Why do you want to work for yourself? Why are you putting in the effort? Why did you show up to this call? Why do you care enough about this? Raylan, you said, yes, I truly believe in this program and this team. Amazing. So I'm seeing Nora, financial freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, to earn income, financial freedom, to support my mother in buying a house, asthma, retiring in 2027, Denise. More purpose in your life, money for yourself and your daughter. Mary, you make over 5K on Etsy. I'm sure you want to make much more than that. Retiring husband from the military. I did that. Supplementing your income. So sick of the grind. Earning more income, sharing your art with the world. Every single person, I want you to put your why in the chat. selling memories, satisfaction, to be independent one day, to have more control over your time, to be home with your children, financial freedom. You want to support your lifestyle. Amazing. You want more. Disabled, can't work. Okay, everyone here. Christina, you want time with your grandkids, illness. Every single person here, we have single moms. You have a reason why you are building this business, right? I want to show you my why, okay? Because I think it's so powerful for all of us to use that why to get us to a place that we never thought was possible. And my why fuels me every single day to do things that some people would say only crazy people would do. Honestly, people say, Dylan, you're a machine. Why are you this way? Dylan, like you're so involved in everything. Like, why are you this way? Dylan, like you never quit. Why are you this way? Why don't you stop? Why don't you pause? Like, why do you keep going at this pace? And I will tell you my why is here. Okay, this is my why. We all have a why. This is my sister. Her name's Colleen. She's 37, and you can see she's in a wheelchair here. She wasn't always in a wheelchair. She used to be totally normal. She was my big sister. She's 2 years older than me. When she was 15, she had a heart attack in gym class at high school. They didn't give her CPR. She was in a coma. She's now permanently brain damaged. She's like a 9-year-old mentally. We found out a few weeks ago she will be permanently in a wheelchair. She had to learn to walk and talk and eat, but now we found out things are kind of going backwards for her. And she will be in a wheelchair the rest of her life. I will be her guardian. This is my why. I want to make sure that I can give her the best care. Eventually, all she will have is me. And I don't know if you feel this way, but family, right? There's something about family that we want to be there for them. We want to take care of them, whether it's our parents, our kids, our siblings. We want to take care of them. And we feel a responsibility, right? And for me, this is my why. I was able to, with our Etsy profit, literally buy a house in Minnesota 12 minutes from her. So if anything happened, we can move back there immediately and be there and take care of her. So that is my why. What is yours? I'm seeing some amazing ones in the chat. Flexibility, be with your kids, take a vacation with your husband after being married 37 years, paying for your kids' tuitions. Scott, I love that. Pamela, 71 without any retirement. Wow. Money for travel, donating charities. You guys all have a powerful why. And this is mine. And I want to show you this because all of us are building this business for a reason. And if you keep doing what you're doing, that why will never happen. That why will literally never happen. You won't be able to take care of the family. You won't be able to take the vacation. You won't have the retirement income. Okay. 74 of you have booked your calls. Okay. So if you are realizing at this point, okay, my why is more important than staying comfortable, staying safe, binge watching YouTube videos by myself with my unsuccessful shop where nothing really happens. I can't even tell people about it, let alone make money from it, let alone pay any bills with it. And if you're like, enough is enough, I want to see some results, I want that why to happen, book the free call, right, to learn about next steps for your business. And keep in mind, we've created over 400 custom packages so we can create something that's customized just for you. Okay, we can create something that's customized just for you, specific to what you need, your learning style, how much support you want to have, or how little support you want to have. We can create a custom package just for you. We've done over 400 different packages for people and customizations for people to fit their budget, to fit their needs, to fit exactly the type of coaching they want, which is why this is so different. If you've booked your call, Margot, you booked your call, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. Wow, PJ, you've been in ministry for 45 years. You don't have money to retire. You don't want your kids to have to take care of you. That's huge. That's huge. That's amazing. Julia, you booked your call. Let me know. We will shout you out on Instagram if you booked. Amazing. Amanda, you booked. Yes. Print on demand. It would be designed by. Yes. You booked a mall, you booked. Kim, you want to move near your grandbabies. Wow, you guys. Denise, you booked. This is amazing. And just remember, like, what is your why? Does your why matter enough to you to get some guidance on this business? Or are you thinking like, "Oh, my why is not really like that important. I don't really need to move closer to my grandkids. I don't really need to, get this extra income to retire." If the why doesn't matter, keep doing what you're doing. But if the why does matter, I would seriously be open-minded to some guidance. And really booking a call means you're open to a different path. You're open to a different way forward. You're open to learning how to grow your business with proven business principles. These are not get rich quick scheme principles. This is hard work, consistency. I only want to see you show up to that call and book that call if you actually want to have a business. That if you book a call, it means you want to have a business. Your why matters more than your fear, right? If you succumb to fear right now, what that is saying is it says that your why is not strong enough for you to face a fear. Whether the fear is just booking a free call or learning something, right? If you're afraid to learn, it will keep you stuck. And that just means your why was not strong enough to get you unstuck. Pamela, you booked. So proud of you. Uzman, you booked. So proud of you. Amazing. Profitable ideas for authors. Yes. So, yeah, definitely. We actually have people who sell books on Etsy. Yes, absolutely. Yes. So I would just ask, like, what is your why? Right. For me, building the business was about being able to be close to my family, to be able to drop everything, to be there for my family when needed. Right. And that's really what my why was. And over the last few years, like we've had so much trauma and tragedy in my family with even like my dad's health, that being able to have a business that gave me the flexibility to get back there and be there for them was everything. And I think some people ask, like, why do you do this, Dylan? Like, why would you, if you're so successful in Etsy, why would you teach other people how to do this? Well, let me tell you, I don't know about you, but I'm Christian. So I'm Christian. I believe that we are all here for a reason. And I also believe that sometimes we don't know that reason right away. Sometimes it takes years to really realize what our purpose is. And everything happens for a reason. And in all the tragedy that I went through, right, with my sister, my dad, all of that was for a bigger reason. And those things forced me to really start a business that would give me the flexibility, Etsy, right? I used everything from e-commerce to do that. I learned really systematic ways to build this. And yes, I could just have an Etsy shop that I keep for myself where I make my family more money and we just, pile up and stack this cash for ourselves. But to me, that would be so, so selfish. When God gave me a platform like Instagram, like YouTube, where we have millions of people seeing our content and I'm able to speak to millions of people every month, why would I not use that for good? Why would I not use that to help people? And what can I help people with? I can help people who feel stuck. They feel like there's no future for them. They feel hopeless and they feel like they can't get to their goals on their own. I can help people who have family that they need to take care of. I can help people who've been through tragedy like I had with my sister. I can help people who've been touched by addiction like I have with my dad. I can help people who feel like they can't do it alone and they just need some guidance. And that is what we do. Okay, so yes, I could just have an Etsy shop and stack cash for my family. I could buy a bunch of houses and just enjoy the money. But if I have the ability to speak and I have the ability to teach and I have the ability and the platform to make an impact, why wouldn't I do that? So I really believe that this is my God given calling to help people. And the thousands of people that we've helped, that is why I do this. I don't have to work another day in my life to be transparent. Why do I show up? Right? Why do I tolerate the crazy people in the comments? Because it's worth it if I can help someone. Okay. So I want you to know that is where I'm coming from. That is what this is about. Results, getting you closer to your why. That is what this is about. So if you are feeling like, okay, I see a lot of comments here. 81 of you have booked your calls. If you are feeling like, I want someone, I want a mentor to lead me in a path of building a business that will be long-term, consistent, and really solve a lot of the problems that I'm facing in my life right now, that is what I'm called to do, and that is why our paths have crossed today. And I truly believe we cross paths with people for a reason, right? Like you showed up today for a reason. There's 274 of you still here. You're here for a reason. We cross paths for a reason. I'm speaking into your life for a reason, and I'm showing you another way for a reason. And I just have to say, like, trust that things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you, right? People come into your life for a specific reason. And I believe today I'm here to help you with your shop. I'm here to help you with your business so that you can use that vehicle to accomplish something else. Etsy is simply a vehicle for you to use. It's a tool, right? It's a way for you to build the life that you need to have or maybe that you want to have. Okay? If you are hesitant, if you want to know more, right? Our goal on that call is to talk to you about your situation, to see if this is the right fit for you. If it's not, we will send you on your way, right? You book a call, you join the call. We'll send you on your way if it's not the right fit. But if it is the right fit, we will give you that opportunity to say yes, to partner with us, to lock arms so that we can lead you forward. And when you work with me, you don't just get me, you get my team. So what that first week looks like is you sign on, you get access right away. We do a shop audit in your first 24 hours that gives you a baseline for what to focus on. About 3 days in, we call you, Jay on my team, he'll call you and say, "Hey, Melissa, checking in, just making sure you did the onboarding, you've gotten your shop audit. Do you have any questions?" And then you're attending calls right away. You can submit questions to calls if you can't attend them. This is really meant to fit into your life. Okay. And just remember, if you are here, you're here for a reason. If you're listening to this, you're listening to this for a reason. Okay. And the next step is simply booking a free call to learn what is possible for your shop and what help would look like specifically for you. So we'll create a custom package for you that fits your needs. It's very customized, I should say, for you and what you need and what you're looking to do. It doesn't matter what you're selling. If you're like, well, I need product ideas first, don't worry, we give you product ideas. Okay. Amazing. Yes. So, if for anyone still here, what is holding you back right now? What is holding you back so I can address that? Because honestly, you have me, you have my attention. I'm here for you right now. This is about you. What is holding you back? Yeah, totally safe space. What is holding you back? Julie, you booked. Amazing. Yeah, what is holding you back? High cost. Okay, so we can create a custom option for you that fits your needs. No, this is not free. But the thing is, like, in order to get guidance, right? Think about all the other ways to invest to make 10K a month, right? Do you have 3 million? Do you have 1.7 million? Like, do you have that amount of money to invest in the stock market or to buy a business or to do affiliate marketing? Do you not care if it takes you 4 years to make 10 grand? right? This is really the highest ROI type of business because you can see results within the first month. Knowledge, commitment, time, money. Okay. So knowledge, I wouldn't expect you to have the knowledge. Commitment, I would just ask, what is your commitment to your why? What is it's not your commitment to Etsy because Etsy is the vehicle, right? Etsy is the vehicle to accomplish that why or accomplish that goal or get to that outcome. Etsy is the vehicle. So, right, your commitment, understanding commitment, it's really just a commitment to wanting that outcome. Do you really want to make more money? Do you really want to retire early? Do you really want to take the kids on vacation? Do you really want to move closer to your grandkids? That is the commitment I would ask about. Time, you had an hour for this. This could have been one of your coaching calls. So if you had the time to come to this or to listen to this at work, you have the time to do Etsy. If you watch YouTube videos, you have the time to do Etsy. And money, we can create a custom option that fits your needs. Don't have an Etsy store yet? Great. I love that because then you're not going to do it wrong the first time. Confidence and understanding. I would expect no confidence coming into this. And that is what we give you. We give you the confidence because we teach you. Too many ideas for Etsy shops. You have no idea which one to choose. And you start moving forward. You're stuck in decision paralysis. Good. Don't move forward until we talk to you because we give you guidance on what will make you the most money the soonest. Need monthly payment options? Yes, we have options like that as well. We actually have a really cool option with Klarna if you're in the US, where it's a monthly payment. I think they go out to 24 months. And usually the first month is, sometimes it's delayed even 30 days. Yes. Yeah, there's tons of payment options. Yes, tons of payment options. Yeah, always bring your spouse to the call. Yeah, a fear of being taken advantage of. There's no get rich quick scheme. There's no what would I say? There's no price or there's no like financial guarantees made, Greg. We're not saying you're going to make $5,000 in 30 days. That is a hoax. I'm going to say that here. Anyone who's saying you're going to make X amount in 30 days or in 60 days or promising you income in any amount of time, you should absolutely run the other way. What I would look to, Greg, is the people who are actually in the platform, who are talking about the coaches, who are actually seeing results and looking to the percent increases. And what you want to look for, and this is for everyone who's looking at any type of a mentor or a program, you're not just looking for, oh, what is their unicorn results? Well, that person made $1 million, that one person. You want to look to all of the results, right? You want to see consistency. You want to see consistent increases. And this is the most important thing to look for is consistent increases. Okay? And that is so important. Consistent results, because that's when you know these are business principles. These are not tips or tricks or anything like that. Yeah. So no tips and tricks, no hacks. These are business principles. You could apply these to other businesses as well. And what you look for when you're looking for any type of a mentor, 3 bestsellers, look at that, is the consistency of results. And we even have an area here, which I'll show you right here, where people share. Look at this. One of our coaches was sick. They gave great energy around this topic. I'm learning a lot. I really enjoy the information given. I appreciate her relatable approach. Like, this is about our coach. Someone just got their first sale working through the course. I've never been so excited. I'm new to the program. I'm over the moon excited. This is what you want to look for. 6-star belt seller badge of the year. Our coaches are the best. They've helped me so much. This is what you want to look for. It's not one result, one unicorn result. You want to look for how do people feel about the coaches who are working with the coaches. What types of results are they seeing? I love the video responses I've gotten from my coaches. Does this look like the type of model that would take advantage of you? That's what I would ask. Yes. I appreciate my coaches getting back to me in a timely fashion, offering suggestions I can immediately implement. I can go back to the video several times. I'm already seeing tremendous value in this course. This is why people do this. If you don't have access to this, I mean, booking a free call is the way to get access. Okay, 89 of you have booked your calls. That is so exciting. First scalar call. So you're also, I want to mention, you're broken up into calls with people who are at your level. So once you hit 10K per month, you have a special call for you. Once you hit 1,000 per month, we have a special call for you. So you don't pay any more for these special calls. But for example, like when you hit 10K per month, we put you in a group of people who do 10K to 200,000 per month. And it's kind of like an extra bonus excitement. First set bestseller badge, 500 orders. Right? I loved the call. I took notes. I'm physically disabled. I resonated a lot with Dylan's story. I gave myself no other option. You guys can do this. See, this is the type of people that we bring into this program is people who have a strong why. They are determined, they're trusting, they're ready to trust our process and take the steps. Let's dominate this thing, right? So this is if this resonates with you, look at this. I'm watching Natalia's latest live call. This is a coaching call. I'm stunned in the difference between your old labels and the new ones, right? We help you with design. This is her first day. She's so excited to be here. 700 sales in 5 months. Amazing. And you have a team around you, like colleagues around you who are cheering you on, right? That's amazing. Congratulations. This is really a community. So you are surrounded by high achieving business owners. Results in 3 to 4 months. We typically look for results or changes in your stats 3 to 4 weeks after making updates. Yeah, 3 to 4 weeks, we look for changes in your stats. So if these, and you guys, this is, right, this is what you need to look for if you look for a program is consistency. And this is all within the last couple weeks. Every piece of advice has truly helped me grow and keep moving forward. So we're not looking to, this is not about taking advantage of anyone. This is about helping you achieve your goals. Yeah, so supporting you 100% the whole time, just like she said. Right? If this is similar to what you're looking for, definitely book your call. Yes, great question. Amy says, "Do you have an active Etsy shop on Etsy or do you do education?" We actually have a YouTube video about this, but we actually sold the brand a little less than a year ago to one of our students. So one of our students actually bought the brand. It's not at all included in that 1.7 million that we report as our Etsy results, but yes. So if you look at, let me see if I'm logged in. So if you look at here, I'll just pull this up. It might take a while to load, but we changed the shop name. It was Begonia Rose Co. This is my actual shop, 1.7 million, and that's top line revenue from Etsy specifically. And then that was over $1 million in profit. So this is my shop. And we actually sold the brand. It was called Begonia Rose Co. to one of our students because with 47 employees starting a software company and moving, right? We moved from San Diego. We're in Nevada now. We could not keep doing the business in that way. Yes. Awesome. Jenny, booked my call. I never do this step. This is a huge step for me. Amazing, Jenny. Keep that momentum. Pamela, awesome. Yeah, if you have any questions about your call time, just email team@Dylan Jahraus. Yeah. So I hope this is helpful. But if you guys have any questions, please bring them to the call. The call is where we can answer all of your questions. 94 of you have booked a call, which is so exciting. That means that 94 of you have realized what you're currently doing is not working, right? And you want to make a change. And yes, this is an investment in your business. But like we showed on the screen, right? Like we showed on the screen, there's so many ways for you to find the money to invest in your business. It's immediately here. So just keep that in mind. Awesome. You're in Vegas. I am too now, Christy. I'm in Vegas too. Yeah. So keep that in mind. There's always ways for you to find pockets to cut out, to write some little sacrifices to make so that you can invest in your business. And when I started my shop, you guys, I have to say, I was dog walking, I was picking up dog poop, I was house sitting on rover.com, Rover, Rover, until I was making over 10,000 a month. And I was consistently making over $1,000 a month picking up dog poop. And why did I do that? Because it was worth it. Because I have grit and because my why, my desire to build something was bigger than my pride or dignity or whatever you want to say. I was willing to do whatever it took to have a business, whether it's picking up dog poop or house sitting in some weird person's house. Like I would do anything, right, to really build this business. And so date nights for us, it looked like a red box movie and a large Diet Coke from the gas station. We eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. We drive cars that are 15 years old, right? There's always ways for you to make small sacrifices in your life so that you can invest in something that will benefit you long term. And I would challenge you today that the reason you might be where you are financially is because we are not thinking long term enough. And we are not making enough short term sacrifices for that long term benefit. So, Valerie, awesome. Your military wife, that's so great. You're booked a call, so inspiring. Yeah. So also to keep in mind, you get an extra free month of coaching. So there is an upfront investment. There is an upfront investment, of course, because we have to pay our team to coach you. So just keep that in mind. Goggin, you booked a call. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. So just remember, if you are in a financial situation that's not something you're proud of, or it's not the long-term successful financial situation you wanted for yourself, keep in mind that thinking differently about your finances, making some cuts, making some sacrifices short term so you can have long-term benefit, it is very important to do things like that. Yes, and we have awesome fellow artists. We have tons of artists here as well. And Etsy actually already posted these updates, by the way, that we covered today. They just posted them in a very incognito way, which is why it's very important to have someone providing guidance and paying attention to the updates that's teaching you. Okay. Amazing, everyone. All right. So we have, let's see, how many of you have booked your call? Looks like 94 so far. If you are 96 of you have booked your calls. So if you are still on the fence, remember, you don't need to make a decision. You don't need to make a decision, but if you are open to the idea of fixing the way you're currently operating and seeing different results in your shop than what you're seeing right now, then I highly recommend you book the free call, and on the call, we will talk you through, right? You simply fill out your name, you pick the time, and you click schedule, and we will talk through what becoming a student looks like. You can see that right here, and dig deeper to ensure that it's the right fit for you. Okay. Now, keep in mind, if you book a call, make sure you show up because I have my team there for you. And my team is skipping dinner with their family to be on a call with you. Right? I'm missing soccer practice from my 8-year old to be on a call with you. We are taking time, carving out time from our day to be present with you to talk you through this. So make sure if you schedule a call that you attend because my team, right? They have families, they have they're carving out that time specifically for you. Okay. All right, 96 of you. This is incredible. This could be really the change of everything, and this is the perfect time of year. Keep in mind, 22 days away from Q4. What you do over the next 3 weeks will set you up for a completely different holiday season on Etsy than last year, which is huge. Okay, so this is incredible. This is the perfect time to make these changes and to really get some guidance. All right, everyone, I will see you on a call. If you have any questions, reach out and I'll see you all soon. All right, bye, guys.